Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about PoE technology. So what is PoE and what can we benefit from it? Well, PoE makes our connections to IP devices very simple and easy. The power and data go through one Ethernet cable, and then the device that receives it can function on its power and data. It makes our life easy, and we can use like access points, IP-Kameras on the other side to expand our network or provide us some features, services. And since where does the power come from this PoE? Well, in the PoE system, there are usually two parts: the power supply equipment and the power device. And common power supply equipments are PoE switches and PoE injectors. A PoE switch would be installed in the initial setup. So when you just start a network system, you use a PoE switch, and we can expand in the future, and that provides a lot of power for the devices. A PoE injector is more commonly used when we don't have power, or the power is not enough to support the device. In this case, the injector injects more power to the Ethernet cable, then goes to the device. Now, can us rookies who do not know a lot about PoE use this technology? The answer is yes. Imagine we're in our house, and usually, like almost every family now has a router inside, which provides the wireless network. And this has the data comes from here, and if we want to use PoE, we're going to have to use an Ethernet cable to connect this to our IP device. But most routers do not have PoE features. They cannot provide power. In this case, these PoE injectors come in really handy. Before we connect the router to our device, we put this between the connections, and the data comes from the router to this injector, and then the injector outputs the PoE, power over Ethernet, through this port to the IP device. And in this case, this is like a panel zoom camera. It needs a lot of power to function. And you guys can see, once I connect this Ethernet cable, this is 100 meters Ethernet, so assume we're going to plant this camera far outside or somewhere. I'm just going to simply connect the camera to our router. And you can see there's nothing, because the camera will have an initial setup and check itself before it runs. So we can't hear anything, we don't see anything, so it means it's not receiving any power. So in this case, we're going to use this injector and connect it between them. We first disconnect the camera with the router, and then we first plug in this port and connect it with the router, this injector. And now a data stream will be coming into this injector constantly, and then we'll connect the camera to the injector. And now you can see the self-diagnosis at the initial self-diagnosis, and we should be having an image on the screen shortly. Now you can see there's some image popping up on the monitor, so it means this camera is functioning just good as new, and everything's all set up. So yes, us rookies can still use an injector and turn our simply router into a PoE system. If you have any more questions about this setup, you can leave them at the section below. And if you guys like our videos, you can like it also, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.